Alright, for today's Lightroom tutorial, we're going to have a look at creating presets which will streamline your workflow and also make you save certain configurations of adjustments that you've made that you might want to use again in future. So first of all, one instance where this is very helpful is if you've got a sequence of images like the ones on the screen here that were shot under similar lighting conditions, same subject, same pretty much everything. It's easy to copy and paste your adjustments to have the same adjustments on all of them, or then create the preset and just click it through on all of those. So to start off with, let's select an image, and then we're going to go over to the Develop module. Click once. Now you'll recall, up until now, we've only been working on the right-hand side here. The basic adjustments, your exposure, brightness, contrast, we've done a bit of sharpening and so on. So before we get going with presets, we need to do one image just to have a quick baseline from where to work from. So a very quick adjustment on this, just so we have something to work with. I'm just going to play around here a bit to see what we can come up with on this image. Alright, that's the basics. Let's do a little bit of sharpening as well. Under the detail panel, a little bit of sharpening. It's maybe a little bit too much. And we'll do some masking just to get the details right. Alright, so now I've done a little bit of basic adjustments on this image. Let me show you the before and after. There we go. So I want to now, this is the before, this is the after. If I want to now look back at my library, this is the image I've just processed. So you'll see it now pops more than the rest. I now want to go and have all the same adjustments to all of these images. You can just copy and paste, very easy answer, but I want to just look at the presets for now. So I'm going to go back to that image. There we go. So there's my before, there's my after. Let's hide that. So this image here shows me all of the adjustments that I have done in that very quick process we did. Now you're going to take over to the left hand side of the frame. Under presets, you click on the triangle to open it up, and you'll see there are two sets here. There's the Lightroom preset and the user presets. Lightroom is the ones, if you click on the triangle again, these are the ones that Adobe is very kind enough to give us. Now what the preset does is, if you look at this window on the top left, as I hover over each of these, it shows me a preview of what's going to happen should I click this to my image. Right, so there's my original image. As I scroll down, it gives me all the various examples. Some interesting things. What that does is, if I click on this, it's going to change certain settings on the right-hand side based on what the people saved it as. Right, but we now want to create our own. So we're going to close that one, and we're going to, now, because you've closed this, I've edited my images to all the adjustments that I want. Over to presets, and you click on the plus sign over there. What that'll do is that's going to open a new window in the middle. Here you can give it a name. So let's call it hyena images, and I shot those in the Kalahari, so we'll save them there. I want to put them in the user preset, so that's where I'm going to save all of my presets moving forward. Now at the bottom here, you can see almost everything is ticked. If there's anything in your adjustments that you made that you do not want to apply or save as a preset, you can just unselect them over here, but for now, let's select everything, and then we can change it later on. Right, there we go. So that's that. Create. So now if I go over to my presets here, you'll see this one's open with all of those. Close the Lightroom. Under User Presets, there's my new preset that I've just created. So using the arrow keys, let's just go to the side. There's a new image. I want to apply all the same adjustments to this image. I simply don't have to touch this. I simply come across to my presets and click once. Done. So now it's applied those same settings to this image. Click on another one. There's my next image. Click. And it is done. Right, so let's just take a look at the library now. If I look at my library, you can see the ones which have had the processing. So this one here, and that one. So I can now save, and I've got that preset to save in future should I have conditions that are very similar to this. Right. So that's how I can, once I've selected my preset and I've applied it to the image, I can still continue. If this is another image I want to do something specific with, I can continue editing this image as much as I want, but those basic presets are done. One more step before I let you go. If I wanted to apply these settings and change them slightly, right, so now I've applied my settings, let's just do that one more time. So now it's applied, I can now, for example, make a change to this. Let's do dramatic so we can see what's happening. I want to do it like that. I go over to the hyena image Kalahari, my preset that I've created. I right click and I say update with current settings. It's now going to take all of the settings that I've changed and it's going to save it as. Again, you have the choice of which ones you want to include or not. Update. So if I now scroll through my images, there's another one. If I now apply this preset, it's going to do the black and white version. Right, so very easy to help you out, streamline your process. Also, if you have certain, let's say for example, you create a black and white image of this hyena, whatever the case is, and you like the look and feel of that type of image. Let's just say you wanted something like that, and you like the look and feel of this. I can go again. I can now go create a new one. I'm going to call this black and white. Let's just do that right. One. I'm going to keep everything and save. So whenever in future, a week, a month, a year from now, if I want to create another black and white, I simply select that preset and it'll give me this kind of look and feel based on the same adjustments. Simple to use, simple to do. Next week we're going to have a look at using actions in Photoshop to do pretty much the same thing and streamline your processes. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week.